I'm going to make some last minute changes, some finishing up. Now this is, of course, without the burning and dodging in the tone that I normally do. I'm going to show that. I'm going to make one of those later. I'm not thinking anyone's going to get to that from what I've seen with what you've got, and it's very tricky to do. So it's something that I would encourage you to hold off on until we get back in the classroom. So I'm not going to make that video. But I am going to go in now. I've got everything basically in here, and I'm going to get my eraser and get my eraser and get on my color layer and erase these pieces. Now I want to get it large. I don't want to leave any little scraps of color out here. I'm going to Command minus to reduce it and make sure that I'm seeing the whole page. So I got rid of that. Now, when we look at this, everything's still kind of flat. Now, it's not going to get much form to it unless we burn and dodge, but something that will also take away a little bit of the flatness is to add drop shadows to the word balloon and to the figure, the subject matter. So I'm going to get on the color layer, and it's the color layer, not the line work, that you have to work with on this. I'm going to go down at the bottom of the palette menu and look at effects, and here's drop shadow. Okay, so I'm going to click on drop shadow. Now I have to get this to where I can see it. There's a lot of selections here. The things you want it on multiply, so that's good. Right now it is black, which is okay, but you can give it color. Opacity, I'm going to take my opacity up a bit, but I don't need to take it up all the way. And then distance and spread and size. These are the things that you're going to adjust to get it to really look like that cast or that drop shadow. So the first thing I'm going to do is pull out spread and pull out size to even see it. Now when I look at this, this isn't what I want. I don't want this at all. It's too harsh. It just looks like a big soft fuzzy outline. Okay, not what we want. So I'm going to look at the angle, and I want it to shift. If I had my values in here, my burning and dodging, I would have highlights along this side. So I want my shadow to cast off to the other side. So I'm going to look at the shift to this. I have to slow down. I'm looking at it over here. I need to get a little more distance. There we go. So it's going the opposite direction than I want it to. So I'm just going to come around, and now it's starting to get to the direction that I want. So I'm going to go a little bit more. And I'm going to pull this out a little bit more. So what I want is I want a little bit on this side, but I want the main shadow to be on that side and down a little bit, not up. So right like this. Okay. Then I'm going to work with spread and size to get the softening of it. Okay. So I kind of like that. It's got it. I've got some dark over here that's softening, and over here it's still good and dark, but everything's kind of soft and blending out. I'm going to look at spread a little bit more. Don't like that, so sometimes I'll push things just to see the difference between them. Now I can use opacity to soften things more, or I can use the size and the spread. Actually, I like this. So I'm going to click on Make Default. And that means the next thing that I click, like the word balloon, is going to have the same settings as that had. So I'm going to get on my word balloon. I'm going to unlock it. Unlock it. Unlock it. There we go. And hit drop shadow. And it's giving me the same settings as I had for here. But things are a little bit different. The position's a little different. everything. So I'm going to make some minor changes. Mainly I'm going to push this up a little bit so that I'm directing more down low and off to the side. And I can minimize the distance a little bit and put that word balloon a little bit flatter. Let's see, I could even take the spread down a tiny bit. There you go. So anyway, by putting this drop shadow on, I get some offset, a little added interest. It makes my subject matter stand out more. And like I said, if you do the burning and dodging for your figure, it has the unity of form that brings to it.